Yeah, it's an absolute shock, and just to happen a few months after the passing of Shane Warne, we've lost another cricketer. So Andrew Symonds passed away overnight in a single car crash in North Queensland. He was driving alone near Harvey Range, 50 kilometres inland from Townsville, when his car left the road and rolled. And the emergency services attempted to revive the 46-year-old, but sadly he died at the scene. Symonds, he played 26 tests for Australia and won 2 Cricket World Cups. He also featured in 198 one-day internationals and 14 T20 internationals. He's the second Australian legend to suddenly pass away following the tragic death of Shane Warne. And joining me is cricket writer and commentator Bharat Sundaresan on what is a very sad morning. Bharat, thank you for coming on the program on this sad occasion.
Yeah, thanks, Danielle. Another sad morning, sad day for Australian cricket. We just about started to recover from the loss of Rod Marsh and Shane Warne in the space of 2 days. And now this hits us, it's like someone's cast a hex on world cricket. We're losing so many of these great cricketers. Dean Jones just a year and a half ago. But Andrew Symonds, larger-than-life character, might not have been the greatest cricketer of his generation, but you just listen to the tributes coming in. Every kid wanted to grow up to be Andrew Symonds. I think that will be his greatest legacy.
And of course, he was known as a flamboyant all-rounder and really, as you mentioned, one of our most popular characters, especially during the peak of his career.
Yeah, and he could do everything on the cricket field. And I always believed he played cricket the way we all want to play. Like, he enjoyed every moment out there, whether it was with his bat, with the ball, on the field, and with his personality. He brought so much fun to everyone watching cricket during that run. And look, it's a great redemptive story as well, Andrew Symonds. He had other issues, off-field issues, but he overcame all that. And he was just about starting on his new venture as this very entertaining commentator when, unfortunately, this news comes through.
And what about the global appeal that Andrew Symonds had?
Yeah, it went well beyond Australia. He had a love-hate relationship with India, but he eventually landed up on India's or one of India's most popular reality TV programs, Big Boss. Towards the end, he won an IPL as well alongside the World Cups that he spoke about and all his other achievements. So he's very popular around the world. His record of hitting most sixes in a first-class innings in England was just broken by Ben Stokes just a week ago. It's going to take us a while to get over yet another loss, and we just hope that it ends here, it stops here.
Yeah, I mean, you touched on some of those memorable moments, and we've got, of course, the first game of the 2003 World Cup where he scored a spectacular match-winning 100 against Pakistan. Now, do you have a favourite?
That one stands out for sure, like you said, because it came from nowhere. Australia were in trouble. Andrew Symonds wasn't originally part of that first playing 11, but he comes in and plays this completely carefree innings and really changed the way Australia started playing one-day cricket. But for me, the moment that stands out is him scoring that famous Test century at the MCG and, being hugged by Matthew Hayden. I still don't know how Matthew Hayden managed to pick Andrew Symonds up. But, those two had such a wonderful relationship on the field and off the field. That moment just stands out for me.
There was a very memorable moment, I don't know if you saw it, but it did feature on our screens, where he took out a streaker at the Gabba in 2008. It made headlines across the world, so it brought a bit of smiles on people's faces. But of course, the tributes have begun on social media, including the Queensland Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk, who has described him as an outstanding player and made an unforgettable contribution to both Queensland and Australian cricket.
Very much so, and the tributes are going to come in from all parts of the world as the subcontinent wakes up. It's still very early there, and that's the thing. I think his story goes beyond what he did on the cricket field. He was very open with everything, all his issues that he faced off it, and how he combated it. And it's so sad when you think about it that just a couple of months ago he was sitting there on TV talking about how the great late Shane Warne helped him overcome all of that. And here we are talking about Andrew Symonds passing. It's just funny how life works.
Yeah, it was very sad. It was one of his last posts on Instagram is a photo of Shane Warne and Andrew Symonds. You can see there, it is a very, very sad twist.
Yeah, like he says there, it is it does still feels like a bad dream that we all hopefully will wake up from very soon.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time. Is there any one final thing you want to say about Andrew Symonds?
I just, like I said, it's a life that was celebrated on the field, and he brought so much joy to us every time he just got onto the field. From the time he was 19 years old and making, big news in England, and how Australia wanted him to, play for them. But also it goes beyond. Him and Harbhajan Singh had that relationship, which kind of broke into this big controversy back in 2007-8. But they overcame that, and that was Andrew Symonds, the person. He was someone with a big body, a big physique, and also a big heart.
Bharat Sundaresan, thank you so much for your time and your insights.
Thank you so much.